Hey guys, welcome to my Young Justice review, and if you may or may not have noticed, I've adjusted the white balance so I don't look orange. It's like the digital equivalent of fake tanner. So finally the hiatus is over for Young Justice, yay! I actually only just got into Young Justice like 2 months ago when the hiatus started, because I was like watching all the episodes and I got to like depths and I finished it and I was like, wow, this is all I'm going to see what happens next. Hiatus? Hiatus? What are you talking about? Oh my god. And I figured, well, you guys don't really know what I think about season 2, so I was planning on doing this during the week, but I'll just do a really quick summary review of what I think of season 2. Like, even though the first episode of the season was arguably the worst, I think, of the series, I think they've really picked up, especially with some of the character developments. I absolutely love the episode with Jaime trying to, and the kind of whole clashing personalities, I guess. But anyway, we've got to move on to Satisfaction, which, oh, I'm so happy that Young Justice is back. The main story of this is all about the original Roy Speedy waking up from being like in a stasis tube or something for the past 8 years. And I really find this interesting because there's almost, I guess, a friendship that occurs between the two Roys, because even though obviously it's really awkward, it's kind of interesting because you've got Superman and Superboy who have this really awkward kind of relationship. It's like, oh, you're a clone, that kind of stuff. Whereas in this, it's kind of, I guess you could say, like, they start off friends, and it's kind of interesting because I guess the question is, where's the relationship going to go? Because I mean, one way or another, it's always going to be awkward to have two, like, almost identical brothers. I also find it interesting how there's almost kind of a role reversal in terms of liking Green Arrow. So for example, like 10 years ago or so, Green Arrow, Speedy was totally loyal to Green Arrow. Whereas when we see the new Red Arrow, he's like, screw you guys, I'm gonna go off and do my own thing. But when the original Speedy comes back, Red Arrow is the main support for Green Arrow. Mainly just because, like, Speedy's going like, I hate you. And I mean, with good cause, he kind of gave up on Roy. I mean, that's a bit hard. But ultimately, we get into this, Green Arrow, Red Arrow talking, finally, cute, and Speedy runs off. He eventually finds, like, one of the secret base, mini base, arsenal kind of things, and Zeta's off to Metropolis to get revenge on Lex Luthor. The Lex Luthor revenge, oh my god, it's so cool. I absolutely love it because you've got this really scary, kind of suspenseful, tentative kind of fight scene. Because I mean, that really happens when you've got a guy like Roy who's just awesome, just runs around, just really smart, really strategy, and then you've got someone who's just like Terminator. And spoilers, Speedy wins. I absolutely love the way that he does it. It's not a case of like, oh, I have super strength pow, but he is just super smart and just awesome. And he ends up trying to execute the perfect revenge on Lex Luthor by trying to destroy his arm with the stuff that we're investigating, which was like detonation rope, and I was like, oh, that's so good. I love those kind of perfect revenge things where they just make everything super ironic and go like, yeah, you're gonna get pwned by your own thing. Of course, it's Lex Luthor, so he's obviously never gonna get killed. So instead, he gets a firing squad and he's about to, and they don't actually shoot him, they just kind of line him up, just like, ooh, you're gonna die if you try and do that. But he presents him an ultimatum. Do you want to get revenge or satisfaction? And satisfaction comes in the form of a briefcase containing a robotic prosthetic limb. And you really don't understand how awesome that is. I'm halfway through Full Metal Alchemist, and they have a metal arm that's used as a weapon. Overall, awesome. The secondary story in this case, not really one specific fluid story, but it's more kind of, not a montage, but everybody kind of reacting to Artemis's death. So we firstly have like a bunch of people in the grotto looking at the kind of hologram statues of the heroes. Maybe I would just start by pointing out, why the hell did I have it in the basement? I mean, I know that they're trying to, like, it was explained, it's just like, oh, the Justice League doesn't want to seem weak by saying that people are dead, which just seems dick. Why the fuck? And we see like a little bit more character development, I guess, with Bart and Jaime. Jaime, oh, I love his character, and this just adds to it. And there seems to be kind of a little Bart Jaime thing. They could easily be my favourite pairs. Not as relationship things. I'm not a Bird Flash kind of guy. No. There's also Wally and Artemis's mother, which is Huntress. Yeah, I remember what her name was. And then we get to hear Sportsmaster's side of the story. And I quote, "As usual, Jade, you're missing the point. Artemis's death is an insult to our professional reputation. The son of Black Manta cannot kill Sportsmaster's daughter, not without running it by me first." Father of the year right there. And of course, being the polite person that I am, I cordially invite Mr. Sportsmaster to die in a fire. And there's also Raquel's having a bridal shower, which makes me just go, who is she married to? Who's she getting married? What? And then one of those ice douchebags is just like, I'm gonna rob the bank, and then he gets his ass handed to him. I like that. And that's really about it. I've watched it twice. I made a thing on Tumblr full of GIFs because I was bored, and now I'm making a review. So I guess all I can say is subscribe, like, share, favorite, comment. Tell me what you thought about the Satisfaction. Tell me what you thought about it. And yes, I wish for you all to stay astrous and whelmed. That.